Okay, Coach, so you got a week off. Really the bye week, it's an opportunity to kind of catch up with things, get guys rested up, bodies healed. Overall, how you guys had that this past week?
It really fell at a good time. Able to, get some guys, hopefully healthy and ready to play again. And so I felt like for us this year, it came at a really good time, and thought we had a real good week of work. We got a lot of work done, and then also, just prepare for. And so overall, we felt good about the bye week and thought it was real good for us.
You talk about the timing of it. I mean, last year it was the 3 playoff teams that were on the backside of the schedule, and you knew that coming into this year. And it looks like, again, at least from the standings so far, that that's Legacy at 1, Permian at 2, and then Abilene and you guys are tied for 3rd. So, it looks like those could be the playoff teams and a tough part of y'all's schedule coming up. I guess just talk about the preparation for that tough back half.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a tough stretch, but we're just going to take it one at a time. That's really all you can do is prepare and try to be the best team that you can be for each week. And so that's all we're doing. That's all we're focused on. We're focused on Odessa Permian this week, and then once that one's over, we'll focus on Lee. Additionally, they've been a flex bone triple option team, but they're kind of doing some different stuff this year. I mean, they still will run the veer and the midline and some of those principles, but they're also spreading it out a little bit more and featuring their quarterback in their passing game. They got a really good receiver, and so they're a little bit more multiple than they've been in the past. A little bit different than what we saw with Midland High and Tascosa. I mean, they still have the ability to run the veer and do those things, but they've also kind of branched out a little bit as well, and they're a little bit more multiple in their formations and a little bit more multiple in what they're trying to do in their passing game. And so, that presents unique challenges as well. So, but we feel like last week against Midland High or 2 weeks ago against Midland High, our defense took a real positive step. I think we played better. We moved a few kids around. We moved Ty Casey up to high safety, and we felt like that helped. Moved Sutton out to strong safety, and so doing some of those things we felt like helped us. And so now we're just trying to build on that momentum and keep it going and keep playing solid defense.
You look at, kind of stems off Manny's question and defense, but Rodney Hall, their quarterback, is kind of the guy that makes it happen. And it seems like if you're able to bottle him up, that there's a good chance that you're going to come away with the win. It looks like Tascosa did that. It looked like Abilene High did that as well. And in the games that have been close, if you're able to limit his rushing, take him out of the game, is that kind of the philosophy and the approach this week?
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's a good player, and they try to feature him in the run game and the passing game. And so yeah, I mean, anytime you play an offense like this, you gotta limit the quarterback, and you can't let the quarterback beat you. And so obviously, we have prepared that way, and we know that he's a really good player, and our kids are aware of that as well. And so, we got to be disciplined and handle our assignments, and if we do that, then hopefully everything will take care of itself.
Obviously don't want to get into the nuts and bolts of last week and any of that, but win against Midland, what happened? How much is there a rejuvenated feeling, of some sort, kind of heading into the final stretch of the season?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I really do. We played like us. That's kind of what I told our kids. I mean, that's the Bobcats. That's how we play, and I felt like we just executed well on all 3 sides of the ball: offense, defense, special teams. They all pulled together and did a good job executing. And really, that's what it boils down to is execution. And so whatever our kids did last week, we want to bottle it up and continue to do it this week. But very proud of the way that they responded in that Midland High game. Very proud of the way that they played, and hopefully we can carry that momentum into these last 3 games here and hopefully into the playoffs as well.
Despite it being a different team and a different fan base, does the logistics of travel get easier going to a place you've already been with this specific group of guys?
Well, we hope so, because last time we went over to Ratliff, we didn't perform very well, and so certainly you look at that and you try to see what went wrong and try to make adjustments. But we have a system in place, and we have certain things that we like to do. But our kids are real familiar with Ratliff Stadium. They play there since they were freshmen in high school, and so they're used to it. And it's a great place to play. It's so historic and really neat atmosphere to play in, and so. It's one of our easier trips too, but we just got to go over there and take care of business and be sharp, and execute the plan, offense, defense, special teams. But I would say our kids are really familiar with playing there in Ratliff, and they're really excited about another opportunity to go over there and play better than we did last week.
You mentioned, against Midland, you played like you told them you played like the Bobcats. Basically, some of the things that happened earlier, y'all cut out, like being able to convert the red zone, that kind of stuff. So, is that really the key? Just to keep doing that kind of thing, play the way you play. If you do that, really.
Yeah. That's what we believe in. There's no magic pill. You go out and football's been played over 100 years, but you go out and you take care of the football, you tackle well on defense, you try to eliminate penalties, you try to does that, and the teams that do that the best are going to end up winning the ball games. And so I felt like against Midland High we kind of put it all together and did all of those things pretty well, and so that's why we were able to win. And you look back at the Odessa High game, we didn't perform well, but we struggled in some of those areas that I just mentioned. And so to me it's just about executing those things that help you win the football game. And we did it, like you said, getting over that hump. And, we were able to win 5 straight games against Permian. And 5 years in a row we were able to beat them. And then obviously last year they got the best of us. But, just being a part of that and being a part of that tradition is
air raid offense, and you're not losing that. I don't perceive you losing that anytime soon. But this season, really running the football and doing it very well. Sammy Already is coming into his own. We saw with Darius last week and Tyler. How much does, I guess, from an offensive mind and what you guys do, how much does that play a factor? Certainly, against teams like Permian that like to run the football and keep away from teams. How much is that going to be a factor this week?
Yeah, got to give a lot of credit to our offensive linemen and the backs. They've played really well this year, for us, it gives our defense an opportunity to rest a little bit when you're controlling the ball on offense and some different things like that. But those guys have done a good job. But Permian and has done a good job this year of possessing the ball. And
obviously you don't want to give up big plays, and that'll make a fast drive, but
right.
It's not good. But then you don't want them to chew up clocks, so it's really just important to get them off the field quick, maybe 3 and out or just a couple of 1 or 2 first downs.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously that's important anytime, but anytime you're playing a heavy run-based team is like, the first possession that they get the ball is really important, because their whole goal is to get that first down, and then once they get that first down, they feel like they got the momentum. And so being able to get them off the field, try to get them behind the chains, obviously that's important for our success. And so we did a good job of doing that against Midland High last week, and so we're just going to try to build on that and try to do it again this week. And our kids are aware of that, and so hopefully we can do a good job of just doing those things, and if we can, then hopefully we'll have success.
It's a matter of obviously playing in every facet of the game. You have to do your best, but one of the things last year that killed you guys was turnovers, and especially it's kind of like what these guys have been talking about. Permian's offense chews the clock down so much. How much have you kind of stressed that you guys have to take care of the football, because the opportunities on offense they could be limited?
Yeah, for sure. We were talking about it this morning, but it that's important really in any game, but especially this one. You've got to prevent turnovers when you have the ball, and then you try to create turnovers when you're on defense. And so, a big key to winning the game is winning the turnover battle, and that's something we stress all the time. Is winning the turnover battle. We feel like there's, all kinds of stats on, teams that turn the ball over. The fewer amount of time have a way greater chance of winning games. And so, we stress that, we practice that, and, now we just got to go do it.
Darius Floyd, he's a guy that not only he's instrumental on the offensive side of the ball, but against Midland, he was playing both ways. If he has to go both ways this Friday night against Permian, do you like the matchup that he presents getting down in the trenches against Permian?
Yeah, he's done well playing both sides of the ball for us. Obviously Permian is big up front. The Sewell kid, 6'5", 300, recruited by every Division I school, I think, in the nation. Obviously a really good player for him, and they have other people up front playing well, and they have all have good size. But Darius is a strong kid, and he's got some good quickness, and kind of has a knack for the football, and so he's able to kind of get off some blocks, defeat blocks, kind of get off some blocks, defeat blocks, and get to the ball, play some defense for us throughout the year.
I think the turnovers, defensively, y'all haven't been able to come up with too many takeaways this season. Y'all been playing some really good football teams down the stretch of the season. How much are y'all stressing that down the stretch that you need to cause some havoc on that side of the ball in order to kind of ensure that these possessions are?
Yeah. No, it's a good point and a good question, but we talk about it a lot. We have drills, turnover type drills that we do with our defense, and a lot of it is just getting a lot of people to the football. The more people that you can have around the ball, the more likely it is that you can get turnovers. And we got a couple against Midland High, and it made a huge difference. We got the they kind of fumbled the pitch early, and Sutton Grantham recovered that, and then Jacoby Yates with that beautiful interception that he returned, for a touchdown that got called back with a penalty. But those plays are huge. I just can't tell you how important those are and how big of plays those are throughout the course of a game. I mean, you've got a really good chance to win the football game, and so our kids know that. Their kids know that. I mean, so it comes down to execution, and it comes down to just going out there and performing and executing. And our job is to protect the football on offense, and our job is to try to get takeaways on defense. So we're going to continue to try to do that.
Non-central question, how exciting was it to see Brent Davis get his 200th win, and did you two share any words after that?
Yeah, that's a good question. It was awesome, man. I mean, really cool. Coach Davis is a special person, to me, and there's not a whole lot of people that have won 200 games in the state, and that's a really cool accomplishment, really cool deal for him. He's great at what he does, man, and he's turned several programs around, and you can see what he's doing down at GP. He's just got a knack, man. He's got a knack and a way about him that he's able to do it, and they're certainly rolling right now. But 200 wins, you think about it. I mean, that's at least 20 years of 10-win seasons. I mean, that's amazing. I'm sitting here with 3 or 4 wins. And to think about 200, it's just crazy, But we did talk. I told him congratulations, and proud of him, and special deal for him, and the cool thing was that I was with him for over 100 of those wins. He had 95 here, and then I was with him for 4 years in Alice, and I'm not real sure off the top of my head how many he had there, but it was several there in those 4 years. So, but certainly proud of him, certainly proud of his accomplishments, and he means the world to me as far as being a mentor and somebody that I can lean on and call anytime I need something. And so that's a neat deal for him, and I'm sure he'll get plenty more.
And then I guess the last thing for me would be, it kind of goes back to this thing, the rivalry game, being at Ratliff. Now that COVID is kind of, at least the restrictions aren't as bad. That place is probably going to be jam-packed, and it's going to be that high school football environment that that West Texas, what people talk about and love. I guess as a coach and talking to the team and everything, how cool is it that y'all are going to get to be a part of something like that?
It's really cool, and it's a great experience. It's a neat experience. I mean, it's really second to none. And I know that they had a huge crowd last week when Permian play at Odessa High. I think they sold it out, or 20,000 people or whatever. But it'll be a great atmosphere, man. A neat place to play. So much tradition at that stadium. Lots of fans in the stands, and we're just lucky to be a part of it. Really, I mean, we have kids that in the past that have gone on to play college football, and they come back and tell us, I mean, their college experience is nothing like what their high school experience is like when they play here or play at Ratliff. Being able to play in front of that many fans, and so it's a neat deal, fun to be a part of, fun to be able to experience, and just lucky to be a part of it.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a good day.
Yes, sir.